Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody, guys. Today we'll take a look at the Great British Pound. In our weekly research we also have spoken on this currency, because on the euro currency, as we said yesterday in our daily update, it's really doesn't need any update, and all that we have said on the previous week on the euro currency, it's still valid. On the New Zealand dollar, there are some new details, but mostly we have described the trading plan yesterday, and right now it's still in progress. So New Zealand dollar has reached intraday support that we have specified, and so if you would like to follow this scenario, you should take the long position at this area that we have discussed yesterday, and on the next week we expect some sort of the ABCD upward action on the New Zealand dollar, but currently it's very difficult to predict what kind of extension the market will choose. So whether it will be 618 minor extension, or market will complete the whole ABCD pattern, we will see on the speed of the upward action. Meantime, there are some questions, guys, on the forum that some our members argue that we have said in the February that market should retest the previous lows and maybe even continue move lower, but right now we have changed our mind and market now we speak about upward action. Well, guys, the point for that is our former analysis stands mostly on the weekly chart, and right, market hasn't taken out the lows on the New Zealand dollar yet, but our most recent analysis stands on the daily intraday chart. So current ABCD upward action that we have discussed on Friday should be treated as just a fragment, as the part of the downward action. So that's just retracement in upward action, and it absolutely will not cancel yet the possibility of the taking out of the lows. So that's just a retracement of the downward action, since market also has completed ABCD 618 target on the daily chart, and that's just reaction on the support. But it doesn't mean that this upward action definitely will cancel this downward action. This, in fact, could happen, but right now it's not time to speak about it. So market doesn't show yet any signs that no more downward action will happen. That's why currently there is no contradiction yet between the analysis that we have prepared in the end of the February and most recent comments. They just have the different scale. So now let's take a look at the Great British Pound, since today, guys, we have nothing to say on the intraday charts. That's why in today's daily video we include the weekly chart. And that's also makes sense because our major context stands on the weekly chart. So what do we have? On the weekly chart, it's very interesting situation, guys. After this plunge down, so that was our bread and butter trade that we have trying to trade, and you can see that bread and butter leads market not just minor target, but could even give you greater action. So you can see that in fact market has shown 2 times greater action compared to the minimal target of the bread and butter. And as a result of this action, take a look, market has reached weekly oversold, has completed the 1618 target of this ABC top pattern. That's in fact the one ABCD, just the single ABCD that we have within this trust. And maybe this was the reason, the existence of this 1618 target slightly lower than these lows. That was maybe the reason why market has shown this slightly lower action and moved inside of the weekly oversold. So he's hit this target. But particularly this action and hit of this reaching of this target makes possible the forming of the bullish grabber on the weekly chart. So as you can see, this very thrilling combination. So completing of the ABCD right at oversold and forming of the bullish grabber. So bullish grabber itself suggests the taking out of these highs, but that currently seems as the bit too optimistic target, and probably as the combination of all three moments, we probably will better focus on this area. It's 152.25, 152.65 weekly confluence resistance. But the potential of this trade, as you can see, is also not small. It's approximately 500 pips to the upside. That's not really small action. So market could show this retracement up. And if treated as the stretch pattern, or better to say kibbe trade, so you can see the target approximately, this level approximately coincides with the middle between the bands of the oversold and overbought. So that's the typical target of the stretch pattern usually. That's why we think that a more realistic target stands right here. And we will use as the most probable target, particularly this level, as a possible upward action. What also we have on the daily chart. On the daily chart, also market has not formed yet any patterns, but you can see that market also is oversold on the daily chart. That also increases the chance of the upward action. Here, guys, we have just one thought about the possible pattern, and this possible pattern is a double repo buy on the daily chart. Because take a look, thrust down looks very nice. It's acceptable for the directional pattern. Napoli directional. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bars to the downside. That retracement was shy and hasn't even reached the 3.8 level of this thrust. No crossing of the 3x3 moving average. So that thrust is good. So it's suitable for double repo buy. So as we expect this action on the weekly chart, some retracement, we can't exclude that it could be started by double repo pattern or something. Maybe market will form something else on the intraday charts. Maybe it's also butterfly or something. Anyway, context for a possible appearing of the reversal patterns exists. Also, guys, you can see market has reached the 127 extension on the most recent retracement up. We do not have any butterflies here, but our extensions of the retracement also very often works as the support. So you can see market has created the conditions for a possible bounce. The one thing that we miss here, that we do not have yet, is the patterns. That's why our trading plan will start, and our first stage in our plan will be watching for the reversal patterns. That could be absolutely different patterns we could get. On the daily chart, we will be watching for the double repo. On the intraday charts, this could be butterflies, head and shoulders, or something of that sort. Because currently, guys, we do not have we have nothing to say about intraday chart, since as you can see here, in fact, market just has stopped the downward action. So we do not see any patterns on the intraday chart. Just it's too few time has passed since the market has stopped here. It's just some kind of the channel to the downside and nothing more. That's why today, guys, we do not have comments on the intraday charts. But on the weekly, as you can see, the context for the possible action looks really interesting and intriguing. So that's why we think that this combination looks very promising, and at least it's really worthy of our attention on the coming week. So on the coming week, we do not know what euro currency will show us on the next week, especially standing in relation to the Greece situation. But we definitely will continue to monitor the Great British Pound and New Zealand dollar.